I'm Tom Wenham with Bethany and Sean from Frederick County Animal Control and Adoption. Good morning, dear.
Good morning.
I've got a good photo of Snowball on the WFRE Facebook page. I'm trying to find something to compare so you can see just how big this boy is. I rounded him off. He's 15 pounds and change. I rounded it off to 16. But he's not a great big obese kitty.
No, he's very long and he's tall, so that's where his weight is proportionate. He's not, he's not like Henry, per se, who was 26 pounds at the shelter. He's a good size, and our staff has listed him as normal, so he's not overweight or underweight or anything like that.
So you have another one bigger, 26 pounds, Henry, kitty cat at
We
the shelter,
did. We did. Henry
Okay.
has been adopted, but he was the big guy for a while, and so now we have another big guy, Snowball, who is a 10-year-old Siamese mix, and his coloring is flame point. He is just a very handsome guy. He's got some great blue eyes. He's very affectionate. He's easy to purr, but he's also very inquisitive, as we've seen today. He's been trying to get down and walk around the studio and see what's going on.
10 years old, and he was dropped off at the shelter, and somebody just couldn't take care of him anymore.
They said they couldn't have pets where they were living, and so they brought him to us so that we could find him a new forever home.
So never mind. I was going to say, did they break the law for 10 years and have Snowball around?
I have no idea.
He's not as vocal as some Siamese that I've heard in the past, so at least he's not, I don't know, I've not lived with this guy, but at this point he's not meowing like a Siamese cat does.
I haven't heard him a lot in the shelter. He gets a fair amount of attention, though. All of our volunteers are interested in him, and every time I walk by, he's either napping or somebody's giving him some attention, so I guess he doesn't have a lot of cause to be very vocal right now.
And he's very sweet, and he just wants to be petted, and if you were to go to the shelter, you could say, hey, I want to meet Snowball. I want to hold Snowball, and you can have a quiet moment. Hold him on your lap, see if you can get to know him a little bit.
And because he's a senior cat, he's going to go home for that $40 discount, too, so he would be... was at $57.50.
And this includes everything, medical updates and microchipped, the rabies shots, the works.
Everything. Yep.
Everything coming out the door. And if you were to adopt our Shockley Honda Pet of the Week, Snowball, Promised Land Feed and Seed would provide food for a month, and Care Veterinary Center would provide a gift basket to help the transition into home. What's the pet population, the kitty population at the shelter?
It's still pretty large. It's about 160, Sean's saying.
Holy moly, yes. Oh, my goodness.
But if you want to help us reduce that population, come by and adopt. And we are still doing our orange cats, $20 off for the month of October. So all of our little pumpkins from our pumpkin patch will be going home for an extra $20
And he's
off.
got just enough orange in his coat there that he qualifies?
He does not right now because he's a Siamese.
Okay.
We can discuss it.
Yes, okay. Yeah, you can make an argument. I could think so. So we have some events coming up Sean wanted to mention from the shelter. Thank you, Bethany. Sean, what's going on, bud?
Yeah, so we like to go out in the community. We know everybody doesn't like to come to the shelter, and there's been a lot of people very supportive of the shelter, from the folks that sponsor the spot to WFRE. And this Thursday we'll be at JoJo's, which is a bar downtown, and they're having an event called Pints for Paws. And 10% of the proceeds will come to the shelter. They're going to have a raffle and silent auction. We'll have some adoptable pets there. And then there'll be a band that starts around 8 o'clock.
Pints for Paws.
Yep, this Thursday.
How cool is that?
Yeah, Friday afternoon. We'll be at Summers Farm. And we usually take some animals with us, and we meet a lot of kids and families and things. All the folks that come out to the farm to enjoy a day at the pumpkin patch.
That's great because that's great exposure because everybody's going to the pumpkin patch and going
This
for the
time of year.
bonfires and stuff. What times will you be at Summers Farm?
Summers Farms will be there from about 1 to 3.
1 to 3 this Friday.
So Sunday, Elks is hosting a silent auction, a quarter auction that benefits the shelter. And then Monday, and I'll give you the times of that in a second, and then Monday, Barley and Hops for several months now has been doing Yappy Hour, and they've actually brewed a beer called Bark Side of the Moon, and we'll be there Monday with some animals dressed up in costumes.
Oh, cool.
And that'll be about 5 to 8. The quarter auction at the Elks on Sunday, I apologize for going back and forth, is from 12 to 5 o'clock. And from what I've been told, I've never done quarter bingo or quarter auction, but it's like bingo from what I've been told. So you can win prizes, and once again, all the proceeds from that quarter auction does come to the shelter.
I'm having a hard time getting by. Pints for Paws and Yappy Hour.
Yep.
What a great reason to have a cocktail.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Bethany holding this guy. He's one of the biggest domestic kitty cats I've ever seen in my life.
I know, and as cats age, sometimes they don't love to be held as much because they're starting to get maybe a little stiff in their joints. And then bigger cats don't have a tendency to love to be held because they don't fit in your arms right. But he snuggles right in, and then he'll start purring. Yeah, you can hear him purr. I mean, he's
a purring machine. What's going on, big guy? You're a handsome fellow. You're going to find a home, I know.
Yeah.
Snowball is our Shockley Honda Pet of the Week.